Today, the nerds are talking about Star Wars Episode VIII, Stranger Things, and how we have 1.5 million listeners. This is the most listened to podcast ever. This is an alternate fact, period. This is Nerds with Mics.
Catch me outside, how about that?
Hey everyone, I'm Justin.
And I'm Travis.
And I'm Maxwell.
And this is episode
35!
30 freaking five. Hey, there he is. Of Nerds with Mics, a podcast about movies, TV shows, games, technology, and Travis's mom. We'd like to take a minute to tell you about one of our friends, Emily, aka Mystique Siren. She's a Twitch streamer that loves playing video games. She's into all kinds of games like Battlefield, Destiny, Call of Duty, and her favorite is Borderlands. What's wrong, Travis?
Nothing.
Am I not doing that right?
No, you're absolutely...
doing it so right, it's almost verbatim to last week. It's
Boom.
It's just embedded.
Killing it.
It's almost like it was typed out.
It may have been typed out, but if you like girls and you like games, then check her out. It's twitch.tv/Mystique Siren. And do you want to talk about Chad, Maxwell?
Sure. Our friend Chad does a video show on our YouTube channel, Nerds with Mics. His channel is called Saturday Morning Replay. And he covers all things 80s and 90s, whether it's 3D Doritos, Crystal... Did he talk about
meth.
Crystal Clear Pepsi?
He talked about Crystal Meth, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All of our favorite.
Yeah.
And TV shows, forgotten shows, things like that. So definitely check that out, especially if you like the visual with the audio, unlike what we do.
I love it. Real quick, Maxwell, about an hour and a half ago, I tagged you in a post on Facebook, and I don't even know if you've seen it or not.
I completely disregarded it.
Wow. All right. Well, you're going to want to watch it. It looked pretty sweet.
Not on purpose, but just because I was watching Alien 3, the director's... Well, it's not even a director's cut. It's a
big
thing
surprise
that somebody else put together. And it's a lot better than the original. And then I was drawing aliens. Did you see the drawings?
I was drawing aliens.
Yeah.
I just like the way you said that. That was funny.
Yeah, I assume that the alien cut that you're watching is from the same guy that did the cut of the Star Wars movies?
No, this is actually like an official thing. It came out in 2003.
Okay.
And then they redid it in 2010 because of some audio issues or whatever.
All right.
But it's completely changed that movie that you've never seen.
I've never seen
I was going to say, I love how invested Justin sounds for something he's never going to watch or care about.
I just did some blow before we started, so I'm really like, whoa. No, I'm kidding. I didn't do any cocaine.
About 2 hours ago.
I've done no drugs. Okay. So what have you guys been up to? Maxwell, you said you were drawing aliens and watching aliens and playing with
all
aliens.
Things aliens.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Anything else?
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
All right. What about you, Travis?
Well, D-Day was Thursday.
What?
On Inauguration Day?
Oh, yeah.
The beginning of the end.
Yep. No.
Pour one out for America.
Yeah, that's right. Well, Emily, a.k.a. Mystique Siren, you may have heard of her. She's going to be proud. I've been playing Destiny on Xbox. Maxwell, I don't want to see your judging face. I already got judging eyes from Justin, so I've been playing a lot of that with our boy Terry that no longer writes reviews, it seems. And actually, he's seen La La Land. He's going to be writing a review for that, by the way.
Cool.
Other than that, I've been working around the house doing man things. Not a whole lot on the geek front, unfortunately, this week. So,
all right. Well, I've been playing Siege, and
wow.
I asked Maxwell over the weekend if he'd make us like a supercut of all the times I said, "Well, I'm playing Siege." So hopefully
I don't
we'll
have
get
that many hours.
Yeah. Well, it's like the first minute of every episode. So, I played GTA. I've played Resident Evil 7, which is fantastic, and wear a diaper if you're gonna play it because I did poop my pants. Just one little turtlet popped out of my bum into my pants. So
I just usually wear someone else's pants. I mean, Maxwell and I was talking about this.
That's what friendship is.
I should have done that. I should have worn someone else's pants.
You know what friendship is?
It's pooping someone
We may
else's
have talked about
pants.
this before.
It's pooping into each other's butthole.
Back and forth, together forever.
That's beyond friendship.
Back and
Friendship
forth
is
forever.
if I get if I get the Squirts McGurts, Travis will trade pants with me, and he'll shit my pants for me while they're on his body.
That doesn't really...
So that I don't have to shit my pants. That's friendship.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
All right.
If you've never done that, then you're not a true friend.
I'm going to go ahead and say that we've gotten off track.
Okay.
We got on track than ever.
I'm going to try to get back on track.
Before you reel us in the news, I assume that's where you're going, right?
Yes.
Okay. So before we do that, Maxwell, did you want to talk about the cut from different episodes that you made that's up and available?
Absolutely not.
Okay.
Well...
no, if you guys, the listeners of our show, if you have friends that you're trying to introduce, maybe they don't want to sit down for an hour and listen to us to see if they like us or not, there is a clip up. It's like 12 minutes long, maybe 15. I don't remember.
It's about 15.
I made it myself, and I don't remember. But it's
really great.
It's just got some of our jokes and our, everyday, goofs.
It had like Travis's poop shoes.
Poop shoes, Magoos.
Yeah.
But it's just kind of a good, in our opinion, a good example of what they can expect out of Nerds with Mike. So share that with as many people as you can. Get them invited in to the world of Nerds with Mikes.
Yes.
Thank you. That was amazing. And that was a great video. And poop shoes for Travis.
Yes, love poop shoes.
And tossing salad. And... all right, so the very first topic, the very first news topic, it's probably going to be the biggest one of the week, really. I mean, if we're being honest. Star Wars Episode VIII has a title and a teaser poster, and I'm scared.
You're scared?
Because the title is The Last Jedi. Star Wars Episode VIII, The Last Jedi. The poster, the Star Wars logo, ditches the traditional yellow or white and goes for red, which I always associate red with death and dying and horror and sadness. And I'm just naming stuff now. Although, Travis, you mentioned that Jedi is a plural word.
Jedi can also be a plural term.
So it could be like the Last Jedi, but there could be a million of them.
That's true.
All right.
So just keep that in mind. Or there could be two.
It could be talking about Luke and he's going to die. Oh, God.
Yeah, I don't know. And you know what? And it's almost weird to wonder if we'll ever know, like, how the movies are altered. I mean, I guess eventually we'll find out, but how the original cut of this movie will be altered due to Carrie Fisher's death. You know what I mean? So, but I don't know. I'm pumped that we get a title. I'm kind of scared that it's in red, kind of like you. But I am excited for this movie nevertheless. Maxwell, what are your thoughts?
I'm hoping this is just going to be like an all-out intense battle all the way through.
I think it will be.
Yeah.
I think I'm going
to be really uncomfortable for like 2.5 hours as like everyone I love and care about dies on screen.
Right. Yeah.
I mean, it's speaking of death. Maxwell, what do you know about the Predator? You got any news for us there? I mean, I know typically you're always carrying news typically about two things. One being Alien, or Prometheus, or the other being Predator.
And Pacific Rim Job.
Yeah, or Pacific Rim Job, never too big. No job, never too big. Is there any news that you have on the Predator front for us today?
Let me scrounge through my topics, and here we go. So the Predator sequel has actually gone on to add Thomas Jane, and you'll remember him as what?
Are you asking?
Punisher? Come on, yeah.
Oh, okay.
I was waiting for somebody, at least Justin, the knower of all actors.
I thought you were testing Justin's name knowledge.
I know Keegan. Oh, sorry. Shoot.
You just kind of.
I'm the worst.
Wow.
Oh, I know all these other people I'm going to name for you.
I do, though.
Keegan-Michael Key.
Yeah,
of course, from Key and Peele.
Yep.
And Olivia Munn.
I know her too.
Man,
yeah.
Olivia Munn.
Olivia Young.
I met her one time.
What I said.
Oh, have you really?
No.
Oh.
No, I just wanted to see if you got excited.
What's funny is she's now on the new Proactive commercials.
Yeah.
In case you ever see those,
they're actually pretty funny too.
Yeah.
So they also replaced Benicio del Toro, which last time we actually talked about the Predator movie coming up, he was a big name getting brought in. However, it is our guy from Narcos, Boyd Holbrook. And this is the guy that's in Logan, like the bad guy in that with the robot arm.
Yeah.
Can I link something together here?
Yeah.
Benicio del Toro, he's also going to be in Star Wars Episode VIII. Did you know that?
I did not know that.
Yeah, I wonder if that's why he was replaced. But his character is a mystery in Star Wars. We don't know who he's going to be.
Building a mystery.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Maybe he's pulling that universe into it.
Maybe.
It's Predator. We saw, Vader versus Alien Queen.
Yeah.
That's pretty sweet, though.
Drawings,
Let's
that
be
one's really
honest.
good.
A lot of people thought that Vader, there would be no contest, that the alien would lose every time. I don't know.
Yeah, that's probably true.
Yeah. So.
That's some good fan art, by the way.
Oh yeah, for sure. So, Maxwell, I don't know how I feel about this next story. I got real mixed
I can
feelings
tell
about
you,
it.
Phil, you have no feelings for the last one I talked about. So maybe this one will cheer up some energy that you give a shit about.
No, you said Olivia
I
Yum.
have 2 topics I care
Olivia
about,
Yum.
and it's the last 2 you guys care about. So perfect.
No, this one I will because I love Godzilla. So.
Did you guys ever
Way
see the
to
Krampus
ruin
movie?
it again.
Oh God.
Travis just ruined the story.
No,
Bastard.
Oh my God.
So I'm just not even going to talk.
Travis is drinking earlier.
He better be. Drowning himself in
So, I'm sorry.
sadness.
Did we see what now?
Krampus?
I didn't, but it's on my DVR. And it's on my to-do
Along with
list.
everything else.
It's made it farther than anything else, though.
Yes, I actually pressed the red button to record it.
Well, I've never seen it either. But apparently Godzilla 2, King of Monsters, is getting that director from Krampus. So you need to watch that recorded video of Krampus and let us know how it is. And if that's a good director for a big old monster flick.
I wonder why they didn't keep the same director from the first Godzilla movie. Because I thought that was fantastic.
He's the guy that's doing episode 9, Star Wars Episode 9, I think.
Oh, so he must be busy.
Yeah, let me double check on that.
I know that they're going to eventually bring, because obviously new.
Oh, no, he's the one that did Rogue One, sorry.
Okay, the new King Kong movie is eventually going to cross over, and they're going to do a Godzilla versus King Kong movie eventually, which would be kind
Did
of
you
cool.
guys see there's like 4 different clips out for King of Skull Island or whatever.
They are not promoting that movie very well, though.
They're not, but there's 4 short clips. They all kind of have the same feel, but you get to see different creatures that he's fighting in each one, and man, does it look intense.
It does
He's
look
gonna be
intense.
Fighting a lot of stuff.
Oh, speaking of which, because I don't think we talked about it last week, and it's not in our notes this week. Anybody see the new Power Rangers movie trailer?
Yeah.
I
I'm
did.
super excited.
Yeah, it looks pretty intense.
Yeah.
You finally get to see, their what do you call them?
Their origin.
Their origin.
The
but-
Zords?
Yeah, they're Zords. That's the
Yeah.
word I was looking for. So, but yeah, and they also have a cut of the movie as well, where they do it with the original music from the.
I gotta watch that.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome. It gets me amped.
There was a new Power Rangers game that was released, and Chad played through the first chapter. It's also on our YouTube channel.
Oh, well, I'll have
Yeah.
to tune in to see what he thought about that, because if it's a side-scrolling beat-'em-up game, I might be there.
That's
That's exactly what it is.
I think it has local co-op, too.
Yes. All right. So next story. So, did anybody go see The Arrival other than myself? Did Maxwell? Did you go see The
Yeah,
Arrival?
I saw it. I think I
Yeah.
saw it first.
Justin, of course you did
No,
not. Yeah.
I didn't.
So
It's on my to-do list.
yes, it's forever long.
I
to
wish
do
you guys would actually make a list of all the things I say is on my to-do list.
I don't have enough time.
I don't have enough paper.
Yeah.
So The Arrival was actually back in theaters with 8 minutes of extra footage and commentary, which, I mean, I kind of felt when I left. I mean, I love the movie, but I felt like maybe I wish there was just a little bit more. So now I get to go back and see it and get a little bit more, because sometimes just a little bit more helps.
Yeah, I bet your wife says that.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
She screams it out sometimes. Just a little bit more, please.
Please, anything.
I don't even know what
Just
you guys
give
are
him a
talking.
little bit more.
I don't even know what you guys are saying right now. But anyways,
Sure.
I believe also Amy Adams got snuffed for a Oscar,
She got snuffed?
or
They
snuffed
took
out.
her out and killed her?
Yeah. So she does not get an Oscar nomination for this movie.
She's a great actress.
She is. I
Yeah.
thought she did fantastic in this movie. You wouldn't know because you haven't seen it, but
I've heard, though, great things.
yes. Okay.
He's seen the trailer, and that
Yeah.
she did very well in 30
The trailer
seconds.
is very moving.
Now, I'm going to read this story, but I'm going to need somebody else to talk more about it. Okay. So Anne Hathaway
Yeah,
and Jason Sudeikis, I love both of them.
me too.
They're to actually star in a comedy. It's actually a monster movie called Colossal. You might be familiar with the monsters called I'm going to botch this. Kaiju? Is that right,
That's
Maxwell?
right.
Sounds
Kaiju.
racist.
Ooh. And I believe it's supposed to be a comedy version of one of those type of movies. Maxwell, am I correct?
It was pretty much she wakes up in the trailer anyway. She wakes up, calls somebody, talks about this monster that wreaks havoc in Korea. And they go, that happened 9 hours ago. Where have you been? And she just kind of looks dumbfounded. And then through the trailer, you find out that she ultimately is controlling this monster, like subconsciously, until she starts to know that she's doing it. I guess it starts out while she's sleeping or something, but they're like watching a video in the park of the monster live, and she's standing in front of them, and they're like, yeah, the monster's holding its arm straight up in the air, and then she's doing the same thing. She goes like this, and so you realize that she has like some weird connection where she controls this thing. But it looks like it could go one way or the other, to be honest. I mean, it's got two great actors, so I got a little bit of confidence in it. But it could just be complete doo-doo.
I wish the kaiju was a big cat instead. I want that to be a thing. So Maxwell, I'm kind of upset that this next story, because it's something we talked about last week, and traditionally, when we bring something up on our show, like typically it happens.
It's a new year, man.
This is a new year, and I'm starting to think maybe for the first time in our 35 episodes that maybe something we say is not actually going to happen.
Well, if we say this, maybe it will happen.
Ah.
That's how it works.
It's a game of odds.
Ah, yes.
So Peter Dinklage, when we talked about maybe MODOK, he might actually be Pip the Troll in the upcoming Avengers movie. I guess there were some shots of him getting his hair cut and dyed red. And the cut and the color is directly related to a character called Pip the Troll, which does have some connection to the Infinity Gauntlet and all that jazz. Where MODOK is, I guess, pretty intense and would kind of be like a battle of the heavy hitters.
Okay.
Is there
Thanks,
a dog in
Marley.
the house?
Yeah.
Yes.
Might have to go put her down. No, like to bed. To bed.
Oh my gosh.
Wow.
No,
Not
I
like-
love dogs. I
Not
love
like that
animals.
new movie it's coming out, A Dog's Purpose.
Oh, man.
Dude, yeah, yeah.
Not cool, guys.
I don't even want to talk about that. Like, I was all about wanting to see that movie, and not now. I don't know how I feel about it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So, anyways, Maxwell, if I said
Uh-huh.
X-Men and TV, what would you say to that?
I'd say, okay, give it to me. Yeah.
Okay.
I'd like it. Give it to me. I want more.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well. All right. Well.
Why?
Well, because funny thing is apparently Bryan Singer. You know who Bryan Singer is, correct? He's
He
behind
was on The Voice.
Was he? Anyways, Bryan Singer was the director of the original X-Men trilogy, correct?
That's right.
Yes. Yeah. So
Well,
evidently,
the first two.
what?
And then
Yeah,
the
the
third
first
one
two.
was somebody else, and they made bad decisions.
yeah.
Do
they
you
did
remember?
make bad
Actually, he did X-Men 1, X-Men 2, and then he didn't do 3 so that he could go do that new Superman Returns, which was not that good.
I was just about to ask if he was the same guy who did Superman Returns. I'm glad you said that.
Yes.
Mhm.
Yeah. That was the only Superman movie that guy was in too, because it didn't go over too well.
Kevin
Uh,
Spacey was Lex Luthor.
Yeah. I mean, that wasn't bad.
Wasn't No, wait. Who was Lois?
Lois in that movie. I don't know.
I've got the whole world at my fingertips. Hang on.
Yeah,
I'm surprised
I
you don't
can't
know.
remember. But
Knower of all things.
I know.
yeah,
I'm a little surprised too.
yeah. But anyways,
Kate Bosworth.
Kate Bosworth.
The heck?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know who that is.
This had a really good cast, though. Now that
Yeah.
I'm looking at it.
Yeah, I know. But anyways,
crap.
so back to X-Men. So apparently Bryan Singer is actually helping out to bring X-Men to TV. And who in the world could have guessed that Marvel is partnering up as well? I mean, because obviously X-Men is a Marvel brand. So there's no news as to what will happen yet, but it will air on Fox. And as a segue, Justin, you said, even though it's not been released yet, IGN reviewed
The first episode of Legion.
and
they gave it a 9.3 out of 10. I can't wait to watch this show for a couple of reasons. I'm not even an X-Men fan. This show's I'm super excited
You're
about
gonna
it.
have to wait to watch it because your to-do list. This needs to
Nope.
go at the bottom.
No, This is at the top. Well, the creator of the show is Noah Hawley, who I want to be friends with because he does Fargo, and he's just awesome. So, yeah.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
I'd
Travis,
also like
you
to
were
be friends
saying-
with Joe Biden.
You were saying that obviously X-Men is a Marvel thing, but it is strange because they haven't had a whole lot of connections since Fox, had a lot
Yeah.
of the rights to it. I would love for the X-Men stuff to get rebooted and just owned by Marvel, Disney. Like, let Disney
I
have
just
it.
wish.
Recast it right now.
Yeah, I just wish everything was under Disney's roof at this point. I mean, even Spider-Man, because really, I mean, even though Spider-Man was in an Avengers movie, it's still more like a joint effort. It's not all Marvel, so to speak. I almost wonder, like, because Spider-Man is under Sony, correct?
Right, it was,
yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, I almost wonder if that's how they ended up with a Sony exclusive video game.
Probably.
If that was like a trade-off. Yeah, you can have them for this movie, but we're going to get an exclusive game.
Maybe.
I don't know.
Interesting.
Anyways, so let's get into some gaming tech news. Justin, you want to start us off?
Yeah, so Resident Evil 7 came out on Tuesday. I have been playing it. And
You pooped your
mentioned it-
pants.
Yeah. I mentioned at the top of the show that I did, in fact, poop myself while I was playing it. It's just, oh my God. It's scary, and it's just like disturbing. It's basically Texas Chainsaw Massacre, the video game.
Dude, I watched a guy online play it for an hour, and me and my girlfriend pooped each other's pants. It was that scary.
Wow.
She's a real girlfriend.
Yeah, that's love.
yeah. But that game, whoa, that is nothing like Resident Evil 5. Travis, when you and I can never play this game.
I know. I mean, it really feels almost like that PT teaser that we played together.
Yeah.
It definitely
really
has
does.
that feel. It definitely has an eerie feel to it. Justin was saying though that some of the things since they've showed like in the demo have changed in the real game too, right?
Yeah,
So
like
it keeps
first
you
level,
guessing.
The first level is basically the demo, but they've changed a few things to mix it up. So I went in thinking like, okay, cool, I know what's going to happen, and I did not know what was going to happen. Like I knew
Yeah.
most of the stuff, but not all of it.
Yeah, so that's really neat. Now, Justin, you had something that you thought that Maxwell might be interested
Yeah,
in.
Maxwell. Are you a fan of Conan the Barbarian?
Yes, I am. And the Destroyer.
Did you know that there's a Conan game coming out this Friday?
So
on
there was
early
one
access?
that came out a few years ago. So this is like a same team sequel?
This is no. This is like it's a Conan game. It's called Conan Exiles, and it is kind of like Rust actually, where like it's an online world, but it's not an MMO. But like you build your base, you go out, you gather supplies, you can kill other people, stuff like that. But it comes early access in PC, and it comes to console in May. But here's the sad news, Maxwell.
Uh-oh.
It's only coming to Xbox One, not PS4.
Oh, my goodness sakes.
Xbox One and PC, and you have a Mac and a PS4.
The two greatest things in the world, it must be trash.
Darn the luck.
Darn the luck.
I know. It does look really good. I'm excited to play it.
Can you listen? I don't want to play it unless you can punch a horse in the face. Or
You
was
can. I'll make it happen. Don't worry.
Because it definitely happened in the actual movie, didn't it? Was it a camel or was it a horse?
Why
It
would
was
you
a
punch
horse, yeah. Conan, he just
knocked it
right
clean
in the-
out.
Just go out. Yep, just knocked it out.
Wow. All right. Well,
Yeah. Well, this game sounds interesting. I have not watched any of the cinematic trailers or the gameplay trailer, so I'll be interested to see what it looks like. So, in more gaming news, did you guys ever play Prey on the Xbox 360?
yeah, I loved it.
Yeah, so Prey comes out, the new Prey comes out May 5th, so pretty soon.
Yeah, they released a new trailer today too, I think.
Yep,
That
a new
looks
trailer dropped. Now, do we know, Justin, if this is a continuation, a completely new story? What do we know?
I think it's in the same universe, but it's like its own thing.
Yeah, because I know that the first one is very what's the word I'm looking for? Like Indian, like
Native American.
Yeah, Native American.
Yeah,
I wanted
you-
to say Navajo, but that's
You
specific.
play a Native American man, and then you get sucked up
like
into a spaceship.
you get sucked up in a spaceship, and then you're tripping on peyote.
Yeah.
I don't know about that last part.
Yeah, I
but
don't either.
in Did you know in Grand Theft Auto story you can trip on peyote?
Yeah.
It's kind of sweet. But yeah, so look for that coming out May 5th. Check the new trailer out. It does look pretty sweet.
Yeah.
So, yeah, Maxwell, over to
So
you.
I got a topic
Yeah, tell me about it.
or some news. Was it in the 80s or before that, the 70s. Apocalypse Now was a
late
movie.
70s, early 80s, maybe.
We'll just give it a broad range of 70s to 80s. Francis Ford Coppola made a movie called Apocalypse Now. It was about the Korean War, correct?
Yes.
Well, guess what? It's finally getting adapted to a video game, and he's involved in it. It was on Kickstarter, and it's made nearly $1 million to get going, which is incredible. I mean, Kickstarter has done some pretty awesome things, and it's also done some pretty terrible things, such as Mighty Number 9.
Yeah. Oh, did I tell you I bought that game, by the way?
With flash sale or something?
Yeah, it was $5. I figured, why not? But anyways,
Was it worth $5?
Yes. It plays a little differently. It's all about momentum. As fast as you can, killing as many things as you can. It's a little different. I would not have paid $20 for that game. Anyways, go ahead. Sorry.
Well, that's all I had to say. Justin, you got anything about Apocalypse Now or Apocalypse Later?
No, I do not. It does look like I like the idea though.
In other gaming news, real quick, something I just wanted to mention. So, coming out, I think it's the 31st of this month. Call of Duty has an update, or it may be added DLC, a new zombie map. It's called Rave in the Redwoods, and the trailer is out now, but it has Kevin Smith in it as a character.
That's awesome.
And if you look at it, it looks like it's straight made from a Friday the 13th. Like you're at a camp in the woods. It looks pretty dope. But it'll be available, I think, on the 31st.
Are there any glow sticks involved?
There is, and there's raves, there's music. Yeah, it's crazy.
Nice.
It looks awesome. It's so the first map that was on there on Call of Duty, it was very 80s. It's like a theme park. Yeah. It's very 80s inspired, and now this one's going to be 90s and more like a horror genre type of movie. So it looks pretty cool. So check that out. Meet me outside. How about that? So. Anyways, so Ori and the Blind Forest developer. Has anybody ever played Ori and the Blind?
Briefly.
No.
Briefly.
Yeah. Anyways, I was going to say something very Trumpish, but I didn't. Anyways, so the developer of Ori and the Blind Forest says that the Xbox Scorpio is a full-blown next-gen console, and I believe he also added to that the PlayStation Pro is a half-ass upgrade.
Did he really say that?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. It's not in the notes, but I read it earlier. Yeah. So yeah, and also we noticed on Microsoft's site for the Scorpio, they actually took the term VR off the site, right, Justin?
They sure did, and I'm a little bummed out about that, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I don't know if they're going to do something separate for VR or if they're just really focused on the HoloLens, because we haven't heard anything about the HoloLens.
Maybe something that doesn't come at launch. It might be patched in later.
Yes. Yeah, so I'm pretty pumped for the Scorpio, anxious to see the pricing, performance, all that stuff. Something that I'm more excited about, however, and Justin, you're probably not as excited, Ghost Recon Wildlands.
You kidding me? I love those games.
I'm hoping this game doesn't disappoint me as much as The Division did.
Yeah.
I mean, it's the same developers, but I'm more excited for open warfare as opposed to urban warfare. So
this seems like a totally different game type.
Than what?
Than The Division.
They're both third-person shooters.
They're both third-person, four-player co-op open-world shooters. The environments have changed.
Well, like the gameplay, like the goal.
Yeah,
and
the fact that
like
there's
where you can do it at any time. It's more
vehicles,
freedom in doing the missions.
Yeah. Dude, I'm pumped. Do you think this will be a game, if it gets good reviews, that you'll pick up, Maxwell, or probably not?
Yeah, honestly, and I need to get this beta going because I really missed out on Neo.
Yeah.
Sign up now because I think the deadline to sign up is pretty soon.
Yeah, I signed up like 2 months ago because I'm a master beta.
Speaking of betas, Travis, do you want to tell your embarrassing little story?
Oh, so it's not embarrassing on my part.
It is.
No, it's not.
You had the opportunity of a
I'll be
lifetime.
the judge of that because I don't know what you're talking about.
So let's just say that I was I can't really say what it was or what it is, but let's say that I was part of a beta for a upcoming title on something.
Don't even say what console.
I'm not. Who even says it's a console?
Or
Anyways,
PC.
But I was really looking forward to being in this alpha, like so pumped. Justin was really upset that he wasn't in it. So I was like even more so excited because he wasn't able to take part in it. And I get home on a Saturday night after work, and it was supposed to start on Saturday. I'm super pumped to play it. I go to log in, and it says, "You're not authorized to be part of this." And I thought to myself, why is that? It's Saturday. I'm ready to play. And then I find out that it's a beta that lasted for 3 hours on a weekend.
That
Damn.
sucks.
Have you all ever heard of a beta being that small of a window?
I've heard of them doing like the timed play sessions, like, oh, you'll play 3 hours here, 3 hours there, but never just one day.
Yeah,
Well,
I don't.
isn't Mass Effect doing like a 10-hour beta or gameplay before
Trial?
it comes out?
That's just the EA access perk.
Yeah.
Every EA game gets that.
I feel
Well,
like
that
I'll
Neo
pay.
game was like a 2-day thing, and it was supposed to end at
Yeah.
3 a.m. And I'm like logging in, it's downloading, it's like installing all this stuff, whatever. I'm setting everything up and adjusting the brightness and all that, and I'm like so pumped. And I even let you guys know it was happening, and I didn't even remember downloading or signing up.
I will.
And then
I'm
it was like many hours after the time was over. So I just kept hitting the X button, and it would say, this goes from this time to this time. And I'm like, okay, that's fine. And then realized, no, I'm like 10 hours too late.
That sucks.
Go ahead, Justin, so you're not cutting Maxwell off anymore.
Yeah, you son of a bitch.
I'll cut that part out. But anyway, I want to go back to Mass Effect, the 10-hour thing. That is an exclusive to EA Access, which is exclusive to Xbox One, right, Travis?
Or PC, right?
Yeah, but not PS4.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, Maxwell, you're not going to be able to have early access.
I
to-
might beat the game before you even get a chance to buy it.
Well, that's just
possible.
sad on your end.
Yeah, I'll be sure to let you know how it is.
Yeah, but anyways, how'd the menus look in that game, Maxwell, that you didn't get to play? Were they nice? You didn't even get to see the menus.
Looked like a menu, yeah. It was not deep enough to know.
Yeah, that's what she said. Anyways,
Oh boy.
so Justin, before we get into our semi big topic, do we have somebody with us?
Yeah, so today we're going to give you a sneak peek at a new bit we're going to be debuting soon. I'm very happy to announce that today we have Mr. Arnold Schwarzenegger with us, and he's going to sample some new lines he's testing out for The Apprentice.
Thank you for having me. It's very honored to be here. I will read a couple lines. Let me know what you think, okay?
Okay, thank you.
This is from the hit movie Forrest Gump. My mama always said, life was like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're going to get.
That's good. I like that one.
That's good.
Thank you.
That would work.
He's that's so good.
It was a very abrupt
Yeah,
ending there. He just kind of walked out.
yeah,
Yeah,
that
he
was-
said he was going to do a couple, and then he just did the one and left.
yeah. He must. You know what? He had somewhere else to be.
Yeah, he's just busy.
Yeah,
Busy
but
man.
anyways, so just to kind of give you a preview.
Oh, wait, he's walking back in.
Oh,
I'm sorry about that. I was getting a text about The Apprentice.
Oh, wow.
I have another line for that. So potentially, maybe if we let somebody go.
Oh,
We
let's
say,
hear it.
You know, of course, now we are saying, get to the chopper. But maybe we can say things like, you're giving me a headache. And then they can go, maybe you have a tumor. And I say, no, it's not a tumor, it's you. Get out of here.
I like that.
So, Mr. Schwarzenegger, I have a question. Do you, since you're doing The Apprentice, do you have any interaction with the current president of the United States, Donald Trump?
We are not going to talk about failures today. We're here to talk about exciting new ways to win.
Boom! That was
good.
boom worthy.
Man,
All right.
Arnold's
thank
on his
you.
game.
Thank you. Well, I appreciate you stopping by. I think we all appreciate it. Yeah, I guess.
I do have one more question. So one of my favorite movies you were in, Arnold, I believe it was the Predator. You said something about pencils. If you could just say that for me, that's really the last thing I would like, because I could think this would work on The Apprentice as well.
Of course, you're all talking about that great scene where I say, what's the matter, Dylan? CIA's got you pushing too many pencils?
Yeah, that's it. Well, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you so much.
Goodbye.
Maxwell, don't you want to say thank you to him?
Arnold, you're a huge star, and I'm really excited that you're here. Thanks for being here.
He was-
He's
Alright,
a very strange man. I'm going to leave now.
I think Maxwell is a little starstruck.
He
I think,
is.
yeah, I peed my pants.
Oh my God. All right. Well, That doesn't happen every day.
Yeah,
Arnold Schwarzenegger doesn't stop by every day.
I know. Now, Maxwell, to kind of calm you down, let's kind of get back into our last story before we
Right.
get into our
Right.
big topic.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Sorry.
Just calm
Sorry.
your tits, okay?
All right. He's gone, right?
He's gone, yes.
All right. I'm gonna open
Wait,
my
he popped
eyes.
his head back in. No, I'm kidding. He's gone.
Maxwell.
All right. So here's one last topic before we get into our breaks, guys. So you've probably already heard, but Stranger Things officially has a season 2, and they put up a teaser video, and in the video it shows every title for each episode, and then of course has that beautiful music playing in the background.
Yes. That 80s themed music, am I right? Has a very 80s feel / Tron feel to it.
Yeah, 80s, so 80s. I love the 80s.
Yeah, dude, I'm pumped. Justin hasn't actually even watched Stranger Things. have you?
No, are you kidding me?
I've watched like 2 episodes. I really like it.
Oh yeah, it sounds like it.
I
Came
still haven't
out
watched.
like last October.
I haven't watched any more. This Is Us either.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Oh, I need to watch last night's episode.
I thought we were
forgot.
going to talk about failures, according to Arnold.
Yeah, guess we. Yeah.
Mm.
All right.
All right, well, let's talk about things that aren't failures. Justin, why don't you talk about our sponsor?
Yeah. So you can download any audiobook for free when you try Audible for 30 days.
Wow.
Yeah.
Talk about no
You have
failures.
to type
Justin.
that. That's AUAHAUDIBLE.
Travis.
What?
It was you last week putting the C in there.
Oh.
You can choose from over 180,000 bestsellers, new releases, sci-fi, romance books, mysteries, classics, and much, much more.
You think
Take
they have
advantage.
Murder, She Wrote?
Maybe.
Did she ever
I-
write that murdered? Or was it just a show about her?
She just
Maybe
wrote the
one
word
day.
murdered, and that's it. And when you get the audiobook, she just goes, murdered.
Oh, that's weird.
That's it. Yeah, because she wrote it. Go to audibletrial.com/nerdswithmikes for your free book and 30-day trial. That is audibletrial.com/nerdswithmikes. Now, as you said, the big topic,
Let's talk about
the big T,
kind of what kind of inspired this other than Stranger Things.
Saturday morning replay, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't tell it like it's a secret.
Yeah. Well, I thought everyone knew because it's like the most watched show on YouTube right now.
Yeah, so
That's a fact.
yeah, so
Period.
Chad has been covering all things 80s and 90s. And also, if you take him the present that I bought him,
I will.
yeah, you make sure you deliver that message.
It's on his
Tell them
to-do
it's
list.
from me.
Yeah, to-do list. But yeah, so we were thinking through what are some of our favorite 80s movies and what are some of our favorite 80s games. Now, Justin had to dig real deep to get to games because, he was born in 88. So he had to think, well, what could I have 2 years to play? Right?
Yeah.
But
I was
was
the newborn and they
Simon
handed me the
Says.
controller.
yeah, that's right. So let's go ahead and we'll each talk about our favorite movies first, and then we'll get into games. So Maxwell, I'm really
Listen.
surprised. I'm really surprised you picked this. I'll be
I had
honest.
to
Like,
really think about this one because I haven't
Wow.
seen this in a long
I'm
time.
surprised you didn't go with the one thing, but you went with this thing.
The thing, but with the thing. So this is something I haven't talked about in a long time, but fresh out of the 80s, Aliens, the sequel to Alien.
oh,
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's crazy. Yeah,
Of
you haven't
course,
talked about that. It's been
what's
like
that?
30 minutes. It's been like 30 minutes since you talked about aliens.
Yeah.
That's such a long,
Long
time.
I know.
you know what though? You can't say anything about him talking about aliens because you're playing Siege every week.
Every week. So this is, of course, a James Cameron movie who also did Terminator and The Abyss.
And Titanic.
Wait a second,
Tight.
Maxwell.
What?
Wait a second. Just wait a second.
Okay. Time's up.
I forget what I was going to mention.
Sounds great. James Cameron, Terminator, Abyss.
Yeah, we totally missed that this week. Why didn't we talk about that?
Oh, the Terminator's coming back?
Yeah, we totally missed that.
A sweet relaunch
Yes.
with James Cameron?
Yes.
That's weird.
Sorry.
This
Yeah.
kind of is like we meant to do this in a way.
Yeah. So
They
let's
really didn't, though.
Yeah, so let's use that as a segue, Maxwell.
Segue.
Like the scooter thing.
I'm Ron
I'm
Burgundy.
So yeah, So one of my favorite movies, Aliens. James Cameron, bringing back Terminator, relaunch.
Yeah.
There we go.
So let me ask you, what makes this movie your favorite?
It's really just a full-on action movie that still holds up to this day. There are some special effects that are a little wonky, but then the nice thing is, as much as they could, everything was like it was a real prop. So whether it was like a person in an alien suit or an alien on a robotic sculpture or whatever, which changes as you watch the later movies, Aliens versus Predator, even Alien 3, and especially Resurrection. It's a lot more CGI,
Right.
which to me doesn't hold up. It looks very much 90s in its timeline because of the CGI. The 80s was great because of those props, and James Cameron, you just can't beat it. I can't even think of a James Cameron movie that wasn't great.
You know what? I wish that they would almost give these movies kind of like a Star Wars treatment where they're still modern movies, but they still make it look more like the originals. You know what I mean? Like, I think that would be really cool for the series as well. And I think Prometheus did a pretty good job of that.
Yeah, I think we're going to definitely get that out of the Alien Covenant, though.
Yeah. No, I agree. Now, Maxwell, last thing that I wanted to ask you about Aliens, just because I think I know this, but I could be wrong. In the original Aliens movie, did the actors not actually see the alien until they were shooting for the first time?
That's
they
right.
hit it? Did you know that?
I didn't know that.
Yeah, so like the actual the horror that they had on their face was just general. They were just really scared. So I
And-
just thought that was kind of neat.
And as you're saying that, it reminds me, James Cameron actually designed the alien queen that's in Aliens, which is an iconic figure as well.
Yeah.
H.R. Geiger designed the aliens in general, but I think it's really cool that when he made this movie, he actually designed this
Yeah.
iconic figure. So
That's really neat. Well, my favorite 80s movie is 1984, Back to the Future.
the year I was born.
Year I was born as well. It was a great year. Everything from the soundtrack to the cast to the story. Seeing this movie as a kid just absolutely blew your mind. I mean, it's just, to me, it's one of my. It is. I mean, yes, it's my favorite 80s movies, but it is probably in the top 5 of my favorite movies of all time. I just love this movie so much. The second one is good. Third one, I mean, they almost released them in the order as far as how much I care about them. So, because I cared a
That
little
was
less.
actually the title of the third one was Back to the Future 3. You care 3 times less than the first.
Yes, it's exactly right. But yeah, I mean, just the storyline, the fact that it had to do with time travel, the fact that the DeLorean was sweet, just the soundtrack. It's just a good movie. I could watch it anytime, any place. Like, I just love that movie so much. To me, it's the epitome of 80s movies, but that's just my opinion. So, Justin, what about you, buddy?
For me, I got to go with Empire Strikes Back. It's my favorite Star Wars movie. Probably the best Star Wars movie and the darkest, possibly. Well, up until Rogue One, I would say. But I don't know. It's just the best Star Wars movie, and I love it.
Yep.
That's my pick.
It is a great movie. To me, I just felt Empire Strikes Back was just leaps and bounds beyond. I don't know if I'm saying that right. Above the original movie, as far
Yeah,
as
absolutely.
everything.
Yeah.
Like, it's
Like the first movie kind of set the table, and this one said "F your table."
it just flipped. It flipped tables.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think those are good. But those are good picks. I did post a question online. I think we had one response from Josh Williams, one of our listeners.
Wait a second one.
He said that his favorite 80s movie is The Princess Bride.
Yeah.
So
We had another response on there.
oh, did we?
Inconceivable.
Oh, okay. We also got one. So Kayla actually said that her favorite movie is either The Goonies, followed up by a comment that says Goonies Never Say Die, or The Labyrinth, which are both really good movies
Good
as well.
picks.
Wow. Yeah.
So, yeah, so those are good picks as well. So, all right, let's go ahead and get into games. So, Maxwell, you want to start us off?
You know, when we were working on these lists, I was thinking how hard it is to find because to narrow it down because there are so many good movies and games that came out of the 80s. Like, especially movies, it's incredible. There's a lot of iconic movies that just hold up to this day. As far as the games, though, I've always pronounced it as Gradius. Some people say Gradius. Travis,
I call it trash. No, I'm kidding. I'm joking. I'm
Never
kidding.
played it. It's on your list, I'm sure.
Yeah, I have played it. I really have played it. I'm just joking.
It's an old list because it's from the 80s.
Yeah.
But Gradius was one of those games that, as a kid, it was one of the first ones we had on our NES, and I remember playing it all the time. My dad actually played it a lot. It was the only game I've ever seen him play. And you and I, Travis, played on the PlayStation. Was it the PlayStation? They released Gradius 5 or something?
It was the PS. It was PlayStation 2, I believe.
PlayStation 2, yeah, you're probably right. I had the backwards compatible PlayStation 3 at the time, so
yes.
Yeah, oh my gosh, those games are just fantastic, but they are hard because they're very they're very Japanese in the sense that you can't die, because if you make it 3 levels in, die, you pretty much need to start the whole reset the whole system and start from the beginning.
Yep. It's a great game. Super Nintendo, I would say, is probably where I played this game the most, but yes, it definitely started on Nintendo, and it was really hard. So, all right. Well, my game is a series that's actually about to get rebooted. I think it's the cartoon's gonna reboot. It's DuckTales. I know I'm probably gonna get a lot of flack for this, just for the fact that you have Super Mario 3, you have all these other games. But if I'm thinking back as me being a kid, DuckTales I played over and over and over. It's a cartoon that I watched on TV, but it's also a video game that I played as well. The theme song gets stuck in my head. It's a good game. It's a really good side-scrolling platformer. Great level diversity. You're on the moon one stage, you're in the Amazon the next. Plus the characters are awesome. Who doesn't love Huey, Dewey, and Louie and Scrooge? I mean, come on. Right? So, so that's my pick. Justin, I know you were grasping for straws at this point.
I was. As you mentioned, I was born in 88, and I probably didn't hold a controller until 95, 96. So, yeah.
Well, a lot of games that started in the 80s did inspire games in the 90s.
Yeah,
so.
That's actually where my pick came from. I picked The Legend of Zelda. I have played that game. I actually have never beat that game, believe it or not.
It's pretty hard.
Yeah, but the reason I picked is because it did lead to that franchise blowing up, basically, and it's my favorite game franchise. I'm basically buying the Switch just to play that game when it comes out, and I've bought every Nintendo console basically for the Zelda game, so I'm about to go with Legend of Zelda.
It's a good pick. Maxwell, you still have your Wii U or no?
I do. Actually, my MacBook is sitting on top of it right now, so that the height is higher for the video.
Gotcha. I was going to tell you, don't forget that if you want to play Zelda, it will be coming out on the Wii U as well. So if you don't want to buy a Switch for it, you could always just play it on your Wii U.
That's the thing, though. I don't think I want to play it on the Wii U compared to that.
Yeah, they said the biggest difference is the coloring a little bit, and then also the draw distance as far as how far you can see.
That's it?
Because IGN already has a video that shows side-by-side comparison, so if you want to look at it and watch it, you can.
Oh, well, maybe it would be worth just saving $300.
Yeah, so check that out. All right, well, that does it for our 80s picks. Also, after you listen to this episode, if you decide you want to take part in the discussion, just go to our Facebook page and make sure you let us know. We would love to hear what you guys have to say. And Chad, if you listen to this episode, we would also like to know what you have to say. Maybe follow up on one of your episodes of Saturday Morning Replay. All right, so it's time to get into the end of the show where we talk about our
pick of the week.
Maxwell, I bet you it looked like you. Yep, looked like you nailed it on his.
Yeah.
Nailed it. All right. So, Justin, I believe this is a repeat, but you can go ahead and tell us.
It is. I'm picking, I think I picked it the first week it came on. I'm going to pick it again because it just finished. I'm picking The Good Place, the new NBC comedy starring Ted Danson and Kristen Bell.
You know what I've noticed about you?
What's that?
Is you would rather watch anything as long as it's a comedy over other good stuff.
Because I don't have to pay attention to it. I can
You're a sucker
multitask.
for comedies, I've noticed. Like, you go to
I am.
theaters and you mostly see comedies.
That's true. I do
When
that.
you watch
That's true.
TVs, it's mostly comedies.
I'm
Like,
a big
do
fan
they
of
need to make
comedy.
like a comedy version of like Captain America or something for you to watch it? Like,
I don't know. Maybe we'll see. But
all right.
so this show, it's kind of been. I mean, it's been a good show. It hasn't been anything. It wasn't like breaking any barriers while it was on, but the finale just happened last week, and they pulled off one of the greatest twists I've ever seen on a TV show. And it was
Okay.
it was amazing. That's all I'm gonna say.
Bigger
last time
than the Game of Thrones?
He doesn't watch Game of Thrones.
Bigger
Well,
than Vice Principals?
that's
Even
what I was
though
getting ready to say.
that-
Vice
reason
Principals
why-
had a pretty good big twist.
And you said specifically it had a Game of Thrones like twist or Game of Thrones like ending, but you've never watched Game of Thrones now, and I'm really
I'm
wondering how
surprised
you
that
came
he.
up with that.
I'm,
Well, I know how.
surprised.
I know it. I spoil Game of Thrones every week, so I know what's going on.
I'm surprised Maxwell remembered that.
I hate
That's actually what I
surprises.
was about to bring up myself.
Yeah.
All right, Maxwell, what's your pick of the week, buddy? I think we kind of
Um,
already know.
I have 40 minutes left of this, and I'm already going to say Alien 3 Special Edition.
The three-peat.
Specifically, you'd want to get the one on the Blu-ray, though, because that's the release.
Riri.
The re-release.
That's what I call Justin.
Of the Alien 3. So in like 2003, I think it was, they went in and did this alternate cut. And then in 2010, they went in and fixed the audio because for some reason in 2003, these extra scenes, they didn't have the redubbed voiceovers. So the background noise is too loud. But if you can pick that up on Blu-ray, you can rent it on iTunes, which is where I did. And unfortunately, it is the 2003 cut. And that is blowing my mind that it's not the updated version. And it's been on there since like 2003. But it completely changes the feeling of the movie. Like the intro is totally different. How the alien creatures created is totally different. It's just substantially better than the original cut, which was a David Fincher movie.
Really?
Justin, I don't know if you give
I'm
a
a
shit.
I'm a huge David Fincher fan. Yeah.
All right. Well, you probably don't want to watch this movie though because he didn't go back in to recut it because he like pretty much doesn't acknowledge this movie is made. He hates it.
Like I'll watch his movies just to like stare at the cinematography. Like they're such nice looking movies. Like I just can't help it.
Well, this is his big debut movie, and I would recommend going in and seeing the version
So it
I'm talking
probably
about
sucks.
now. The original theatrical cut sucks,
Okay.
and that's why he just disowns it basically. But if you go back in and watch the special edition, it's honestly not bad at all. And even like online, people are like, "This is like totally different and totally worth watching now," and keeping it into the saga. But that's it
Nice.
for me. So Travis, you got a pick?
Yes, my pick is actually a game that I haven't played a whole lot of up until this week. Is Dead Rising 4 for Xbox.
Nice.
Me and Terry Terry and I should say, actually started playing the. Have you done the multiplayer stuff, Justin?
No.
Yeah, it's got. I think it's 4-player multiplayer
Well,
actually, but you.
Thanks for the invite.
Yeah, there's like, yeah, I know, right? There's like 6 different episodes, but when you're in an episode, like you get a bunch of different missions. You save up money, buy stuff from a vending machine. It's really cool. It's really, the multiplayer is surprisingly really good. I haven't played much of the campaign, but the multiplayer is actually pretty good. So that is my pick of the week, guys. Along with these, you guys see these?
Are those nipples?
Yeah.
Hairy man
These are
nips,
mine.
Yeah.
Yep,
Mm.
these are mine. Well, Justin, why don't you catch me outside and close us out? How about that?
All right. Well, thank you for listening. We hope you enjoyed this episode 30-5. We look forward to hearing from you. And as always, you can like and follow us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Twitch, and YouTube. You may also reach us at email via podcast@nerdswithmikes.com. Be sure to check out Mystique Siren on Twitch and Saturday Morning Replay on our YouTube channel. Also, be sure to check out that Audible trial we were talking about. So thank you, Audible, for your support. And get your free 30-day trial at audibletrial.com/nerdswithmikes. Trial. I felt like I said that word a million times. But yeah, let's get this started, ladies.
Yeah, let's get it started.
I don't have my
And
horn
don't go
ready.
check us out on RedTube. We're not there yet.
Or are we?
I think Travis's mom is, but yeah.
Oh.
Mom listens to this every week.
Good.
Yeah.
She knows she's on RedTube. She's the one to put her on there.
All right.
And good night.